What's up, everybody? Oh, we got
Pause.
all right. Well, we'll hit up the old introductions while we wait. Oh wow! All right, you should mute that YouTube video, mi amigo. If you are looking for Game Talk Live, you've come to the right place because we haven't got more than 2 seconds into this game without getting a pause. All right. My name is Ice. We've got Tiggles My BR. We've got Gridlock. We've got AndrewDao spawning as our orange Terran on the top left. And in the bottom right, we've got our Protoss player. That's going to be our blue player here, and it's going to be Cadence. So, I remember this map. LOL. How do you not remember Tal'Darim Altar? Okay. These are both platinum level players, do we say?
Yep.
Alright, so they're both pretty decent, and we got a chance to see them in a game earlier. They both looked interesting. Our Andrew decided to do a little cheese and was relatively unsuccessful. So on this map, you're not cheesing anybody. To be honest, we're gonna see a fast Nexus out of Cadence. This map is absolutely humongous, and for that matter, it's going to give him time to play around a little bit. He's going to be putting his gateway first. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think sort of the faster Nexus, the better. On Tal'Darim, the choke point here is in the naturals really small compared to a lot of maps, so he can definitely wall off with the cybernetics core and the gateway. I really hope he doesn't go for some sort of one base timing play. He's getting a gas, so I'm a little worried that he's going to go for something like that, but hopefully not, because he's got plenty of room to expand. And oh god, I don't know, man. With that second pylon in the main, it looks like he's opting for one base play. I'm not going to say it's not going to be successful, but I would definitely like to see. Last map we saw him make a great decision and go one base, double gas, huge stalker play, and it worked incredibly well. Versus just a couple Marines and the Zealots, the couple Zealots that he did have were able to work very well against the couple Marauders that Andrew had. So I liked this decision last game. I don't know how much this one's gonna play into account if Andrew decides to go macro style. It's hard to say with just one gas at this point and only 2 SCVs mining on it, so it's a little tough to say right at this very second what he's going. 2 barracks are coming up for Andrew. One's already got the tech lab on it. Unfortunately, supply blocked, so he can't make a Marauder. So that's an unfortunate waste of a tech lab right now. He's wasted 10, 15, 20 seconds. He actually canceled that Marauder because of sitting in queue for so long because he's supply blocked in terms of, he's not SCV supply blocked, but in terms of an actual unit, he wasn't able to build one. So there, finally, the supply depot finishes up, and he's going to be able to not recreate that Marauder. All right, we'll leave that tech lab. Oh, he's doing blue flame. That's why, or stim. Sorry, that's why we couldn't make a Marauder. Okay, you're a smart guy, John. You're a smart guy. One Marine just to the one Stalker at this point. Interesting enough that that Cadence didn't decide to get a Sentry. I don't know if I like the Stalker first play. But what I do like is that finally the pylon that went down in Cadence is natural, and he's going to be taking his expansion. I called it out earlier. I don't know if I like how slow it was. What do you guys think? Right. Yeah, I guess he just wanted to use that Stalker to sort of scout a little bit, see what's going on. But if Andrew does decide to apply some pressure with these Marauders, which I don't think he's going to, he could be relatively effective at this point with the natural just coming up right now. And but Cadence, the Forge is now going down. The Cybernetics core is finished Warp Gate. I just don't know. I feel like that natural could have been in place 60 seconds, 90 seconds ago. You know, I really think the Forge could have been the gateway Forge, or just Forge only is really successful on this map, especially to a Terran who's definitely expanding right now. So I hope that he can scout that expansion, because Andrew is moving on out. Yep.
Supply block again.
Right, I see that again. He's a black loop. That's crazy. But we're tied in supply at this point. Actually, just went up a little bit. But oh wow, they're gonna get a free stalker kill. Is Andrew's army, who's pushing on in with just nothing to defend. The probes are being pulled. I can't help but think, while this engagement is going on, how slow this expansion was. The reason that Andrew is going to be ridiculously successful here is because there's no wall in. There are no photon cannons. The Forge came so late, you need to put a Forge down, and you need to expand on Tal'Darim Altar. That's the way it works. I mean, I was reading the pre-game a little bit, and it sounded like, to me, that Cadence doesn't play on this map. This is a professional map. This is what the pros play on in 90% of map pools in MLG and GSL. Everyone uses some form of Tal'Darim Altar, and it just seemed to me that Cadence wasn't familiar with this, because this is not how you play on Tal'Darim Altar. He's going to lose this expansion, and Andrew is just going to march on through. I mean, some units are being rallied together. He's got 5 sentries. The scan does go down, and he's going to see that army, but is it too little too late? He's already lost the expansion, and Andrew's back at home is well and good, and you see a stream of marauders coming across the map, and this is going to be really hard for Andrew to hold. He needs to get a couple photon cannons in the front of his base now, but he just doesn't have the minerals at this point. He's just trying to chrono boost out +1 armor from that Forge. So it's going to be really tough for him to pull whenever Andrew's ready to go. Once the rest of these marauders catch up, it's going to be pretty tough for him to hold here.
Yeah, once he's done being supply blocked for, like, what, a 4th time?
Yeah. That's going to power down that Forge, stopping +1 armor, and that's going to do it. I mean, they're going to stim up and completely come in. Once these sentries go down, oh, there's the supply block, killing that pylon. So clutch. Some decent force fields at this point, but oh wow, he's actually getting a couple nice kills, this Cadence, but there's really nothing he can do to hold it. It's just, I don't even know what to say there. Like, being a Protoss player myself, I know how to play Tal'Darim Altar. That is the complete opposite of what you want to do. You want to put a Nexus. You want to do the Nexus first build. You want to do a Gateway Forge build. You want to do a Forge fast expand. You want to do anything but what Cadence did there. No offense, buddy. You played great in game number 1 when we saw you. It was absolutely perfect. Xel'Naga Caverns. You clearly know what you were doing on that map, and I loved it. Refraining from any sort of Forge play, any sort of expansion play. I loved it. It was perfect. 4-gate was awesome. But this time, you just kind of did it wrong. Right. Yeah, and I guess just a little advice for the future. Congrats to Andrew, who played just a strong game, just made 4 racks, a couple tech labs, and just pushed in with those Marines and Marauders, stemmed up, and 1 upgrade, and sometimes that's all it takes to a sort of struggling opponent. And it was a good, nice little push. Perfect time, just as Sim was finishing up, and I really liked it by Andrew. But Cadence, just for the future, your first pylon really should be at the choke point, at the ramp of your natural expansion, not next to your first Nexus. You want to put that pylon right at the ramp, and then fill in that gap at the top of the ramp with your gateway and your eventual cybernetics core. Behind that, you want to have your second pylon to power up in case that first pylon does get taken out, that'll repower up those buildings, and that's where your photon cannon or cannons will go, depending on how much pressure your opponent is applying. And then you expand right behind that. You have a nice wall off. You'll have a couple stalkers at that point to shoot over those buildings to help you out with any early pressure, and the photon cannons as well. That'll give you plenty of time to get your expansion up and running, and you won't have just a ball of Marines and Marauders march into your natural like what just happened. That cannot happen when you do a build like that. So that's just for the future. I'm not trying to be a douchebag, but that's just it's just pretty standard, just how you want to play on a map like that. But that's all. Any last words? That's about it. All right, for Game Talk Live, Ice Tickles My BR, Gridlock. Congratulations to AndrewDao for a nice little 1v1 victory, and we will see you guys next time.